Donnie B. Godfidence.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you may lie. It's Donnie B. Got the Beats, man. We live on the beat. Season 5. Never thought I'd get here, but I'm right here. Season 5. This is my COVID pivot, turn real life. I'm so excited, man. And you know what I gotta do. You know what I gotta do, what time it is for those people that watch. It's time for that glorious intro. Stay tuned. Check this out. So listen, you guys know that I'm a fanatic when it comes to trying to see who's out there, who's moving, who's shaking, who's the talent that's not seen yet. Got to be up on these things. Donnie knows these things. We had a guest on here previously, really good brother, all the way from Germany. My first guest from Germany. In fact, my first guest from overseas. Shout out to Famo. And real good brother, man. And he was telling me a lot about this brother that got on today. And I tend to listen when good people are talking, and I'm sure glad that I paid attention. And I'm sure glad that I listened. This brother right here, just investigating his story, looking at all of the work he's put out in the universe. His brother is definitely trending in a hellified good direction. I'm so excited to have him on. He's my first guest from the continent, all the way from Accra.
Yes.
Gotta you put your hands together, man. Shout out to CEO of Godfidence, Cine, film director, producer, writer, Losu Confidence. What's going on with you, brother?
Oh, brother, I'm doing great, man, and I appreciate you having me on this. Well, I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
No worries, man. Look. The secret is you did all of the work, brother. You definitely very dope at what you do, and it's an honor and privilege to be able to have this conversation with you real live.
Thank you.
Of course, man. So listen, I know it's very wee hours in the morning where you at. I just want to kind of jump into this thing so we can get you back to your time. Let's start. First question: Who is Losu Confidence? For all the people that don't know who this brother is, it's on the screen right now. Who is Losu Confidence?
Well, Losu Confidence is born and raised in Bato and grew up in Tema, and and that's where it all began.
Okay. Cool. What's it? You know what? Let's go on to the next question, and then I'll ask this question I was going to ask. Growing up where you from, what was it like for you to grow up from where you're from? Were there any kind of hardships or struggles or whatever? And I'm sure we all, because we all have endured, right?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So what was it like for you growing up in that region, in that part of the world, for those that aren't familiar?
Yeah, right. Of course. Life itself is a great struggle, So let me say somewhere in the year 2003, I came to Tama, with my dad, and he put me in school, So from there, I think he passed away in the year 2027. Yeah, I think 2007, 2008. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. And and I started from there. I was only doing more of a stage performance, just doing acting here and there, So basically, I would say I was literally doing acting for for a living, and that is what I do to pay my school fees, because after my dad passed away, I had no one left for me. Like no one is actually here, where I would say could take care of me, like kind of provide for my needs. So I have to fend for myself and all that. So I was doing acting, So one of the challenges that I face the most is kind of like conflicting with school.
Okay.
And going on stage, go perform and then come back, like kind of make some money from there, go pay your fees, fend for yourself and all of that, Right. And looking into my family, I think we are about 7 in numbers. I'm the last born. And within this family, I would say I am the only educated person, and most of these people, they're living far away from me. It's about 6 hours drive away from where I am right now, So it's more of like all of these people are kind of looking up to me, So it was tough. It was tough growing up in Tama, because I mean, it's not easy when you don't have a father, like you don't have a dad who is actually going to be there guiding you, through the ways, like, hey, don't go that way, don't do that. You don't have anyone like that, So, I mean, being on the street, like hustling, knowing very well what I really wanted to achieve or what I want to do with my life. I was really consistent with the acting work, So, yeah.
Okay. And that's very understandable. I lost my dad too. So I'm sorry, for your loss. I know that's like, brother. And, so it's definitely a very hard situation to endure, but you championed it. You turned the frown upside down. You know what I'm saying? Like you really put a lot into becoming who you are, and you're blessed for it. And we're blessed to be able to see your work and that you put out into the universe. So definitely.
Sure.
Now I want to ask this question. This is off script, but for those that are that want to know, what is it? Just because not a lot of us get out of the country, right? So what is? Can you just describe what it's like to be in Accra, and just for those who just never step foot there, what is it like?
I mean, in Accra, it's more of like you got to hustle, to survive. If you don't step out there, you aren't going to survive. You have to go out there, put in the work, and just make a living for yourself. Like, no one is going to provide for you. No one is going to get it for you. You still have to go out there, work for it, and then get what you're looking for. And one of the main things here is that we don't have a lot of opportunity here, like in terms of job, like, you won't get access to any of those. So the letter that you get, you have to focus on, you have to go the hard way, to get things done, Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you mentioned on it, you spoke on it topically just a bit, but just when you really made the decision to become what you are, how did you get into the film industry? Like, what was it like? I know you said you went to school and the whole nine, and you had problems paying fees and the whole. But when you really considered, I'm in this industry, and it really just hit you, how did you get started? What was your break?
Great. I mean, that's a great question, because I get to ask these questions a lot of time. Filmmaking has been a part of my life because growing up with my mom, way back at where we live, back in the days, there's nothing like the internet, cell phone, or TV, or anything of that sort, So it's purely more of like storytelling, where mom will sit me and my cousins, under the moon, and then she'll be telling the stories, like. So it kind of forces you to get into that illusion, like, oh, okay. So I just kind of love storytelling, So that kind of have a huge impact in my life, So when I got an opportunity to travel with my dad to Accra, and that's when I first know what is called television, and I begin to see what is called film, like, and I'm like, oh, I remember the first time he took me to a small cinema in a hood, and that's Tama Community 2. And what I mean, like the experience was so great. Like, then I told myself, like, yo, one day I want to be on TV. Like, I want to do what you're doing. Like, like just tell stories. Like, so it kind of have that kind of huge inspiration in my life. So I followed. For the starting, it was a bit difficult because I didn't know how to actually get into the industry, because at that time I didn't know anyone who could like kind of hold your hand and take you to a director or a producer for you to be able to work with. So it's more of like, okay. And at that time too, I didn't really know what an audition is, So one time I was home and a friend of mine, working, was like, yo, I saw this poster, kind of out there, and they were like, they're looking for actors. I'm like, oh, really? And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. So I picked their number and then I called the director. So when I called it, I remembered, he's like, oh, okay, they give me the direction. I was like, oh, you're welcome. I mean, it's not too late. You can still come over for the audition. And I was screaming like that whole of the night. I didn't sleep. I never slept. Like, I was just imagining, like, okay, so when I go, like, how is it going to be? Like, okay, if they ask me, because this is actually my first time, that I'm going to show the world, like, present what I have in me. So I kind of leave that this on my mind. So the next morning, woke up, take my shower, was just getting into the whole mood, got to the audition ground, and I saw a lot of people over there. Then I was a bit nervous, like something was telling, okay, you just go try your best. And like another thing is telling me, challenge. I mean, it's a whole lot of crowd here. Like, I'm not even sure the director will even like recognize you, So it was more of like, okay, let me just, I'm here, so let me just do this. So when I think I remember I was the number of, I think, 200 and something, like the number was really huge. So I was more like the last person, so when it got to my turn, the director asked me, if this is my first time, and I'm like, yeah, this is my first time, And one interesting thing is that because I was there and I saw how the artists, like other talents, were performing and all of that, it kind of like, oh, I can do this. Like, I kept encouraging myself, like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. So, it got to my turn, and I remembered the scenario was like, I'm being stubborn, to my mom, and and all of this happened somewhere around 2012. Yeah. And it was like, I'm being stubborn to my mom, and they sent me, I did come early, it was late in the night, and then I saw something scary, I'm like, oh, so what would be my reaction? So, I did what I could, like, knowing very well this is my first time. So I just did what I did, told me they were going to call me back. So about a week later, they didn't call me back. I'm like, okay, that's it. I don't think they're going to call me back. So I waited, and like, wow, one morning, I totally forgot. One morning, I got a call from their secretary, like, oh, you've been picked for the audition, so you have to come to. And brother, like, I was so happy, like, I was so excited, like, oh man, this is it, like, I've made it, So it was a great experience, and I went, and they didn't give me a script, so I told them, okay, so what am I doing? What kind of role am I playing? So they said, I'm going to be part of the atmosphere people, and at that time, here in Ghana, we call it Waka Pass. Walk a path. So you're more like, okay, just the atmosphere people, those passing out the background and all those things,
Right.
So I was, and when he told me that, I was really excited, but like, wow. So definitely I'm going to get to see you on TV. Like, I was happy about it. And we I think it took a week. We kept going for rehearsals and all of that. And then we went for the location. We went to one remotest area. There is no light. in that area, so if we want to charge our camera batteries, you have to, pick a car or a motorbike, like more of like about 2 hours ride away from where we're located. So you have to go charge the camera batteries and then come back.
Wow.
And when I got there, because I was so much into what I'm doing and I love the work, I was just assisting the directors, like in everything they do. Like, so whenever they run out of battery, I'm like, okay, can I go charge this? And I didn't know I was doing the work of PA, I didn't know I was doing that work. I was just, having fun. We're like, okay, let me just assist them. Let me get this done so that we can just have production running. And we spent about 2 months on the set. And guess what? The movie never get to come out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After we put in all the work and all of that, the movie never came out. And I never stopped the production. I kept going and all of that. They were doing other movies. So I mean, it got to a time when I'm like, man, I really want to do this, but I still want to take it to the next level. So what do I do? So I started jumping into other, film companies here in Ghana. I started visiting them, like, okay, this is what I do. I'm an actor, and I do, I can do their PA for them as well and all of that. So whenever they have production or something like that, they just call me and then I just go help them out. And it got to a point when I'm like, still, and that is when I'm beginning to get exposed to the work more. So I feel like I can do better than what these people are doing. I can do better than what these people are doing, and it's more or less whatever storyline, whatever content they put out there is just same as what other people are doing. Same story, same storyline. Like, I mean, the whole thing wasn't just working for me, and I am a type of guy, I love to stand out, I love to do things differently. I love to, just get myself stand out from, the crowd. So that's the kind of issue some of my friends have with me, because I normally don't go with, the masses. Like, this is what everyone is saying. Like, can we get this done? I'm like, okay, can we go the other way? So from there, I think I was there. I was just thinking about how to just start up my own production and then start training actors up. So this idea came to me. I spoke to a brother. His name is Brother Sammy. Shout out to him. He's in Tema right now. And I spoke to him about my vision that, like, hey, this is what I want to do. I want to take things to the next level. And was like, okay. I mean, he was a graphic designer at that time. So he was like, all right, I can design an audition posters for you. And you can just put it in town, get the people you're looking for. So I'm like, okay. And, he did the design and we put it out there. We woke up one night and then we put everything out. And people were calling me like, oh, we are interested in what you're doing. Like, can we be part? And I felt really blessed. Like, okay, so that is how the whole journey started. Like, people started coming in. And this is a guy who has never been to film school before. All right. I have never been to film school before. I've never had a chance to, and I mean, these guys were so much into what I was doing, and anything that I bring on board, like, they were so happy about it. So it's more of like, I'm not start to teach them about, camera angles, what it works, what it does to actors and all of that, teaching them story, content and all of that. So it was great. And I was running that whilst I was still in school. That was when I was in secondary school. I was still, teaching my actors and still going back to school. And that's when I developed something called shadow work. And I could go on stage. And I think one of the things also is that at that time, a lot of people doesn't really understand the acting business. A lot of people doesn't really understand. So when you tell them, hey, this is what I do, like, I do stage play. Would you allow me just perform at that your event, so that I could get something? It's hard for, but most of these people who really understand the work, they give me an opportunity. I just go in, get it done, and then, they give me something. So it was just running the business. I have never done any other side work apart from acting, pay school fees, come back to acting, go on set. And I mean, I did my first movie called Nakita with these people that I have trained, with me. So yeah, and from there I took a break for 4 years. I decided to just pause everything, like, bro, it's not really pushing the way I want. And then, I mean, when I took break, I wasn't sleeping or I wasn't focusing on a different thing. I started researching more about stories, context. I started, kind of studying my craft, working on my craft. What do I do different? What make other people's movie different and all of that. So from there, where I church, like where I fellowship in my church, I met one bishop called Bishop Kumsin. Shout out to him. I think he's watching right now. And I told him about my vision and that I have a story, I have people that I'm training. And it was like, oh, he can invest, he can put some money into what I'm doing. And, so from there, I think I brought in a second director and assistant director to just help me complete the project, since someone is giving me kind of like financing the whole project for me. He should just assist me because I see him to be someone who has a lot of experience on the field than me. So I just let him on board to just come assist me. And along the journey, it didn't work out still as the way I wanted, because he went ahead dealing with the executive producer without my knowledge, and he was taking money and all those things. Like, a lot of conversations were happening behind doors, like, because during the time of filming that particular project, I got hurt on the set because I was acting at the same time. So I was admitted, I was just in the house, so I didn't know what was going on, and a lot happened, and that project also never, get a chance to come out. And I think from there, I was really disappointed. That particular situation kind of traumatized me, and it took me a lot to come back into the game, So I had to find different ways of coming into the scene. And I mean, God being so good, I met somebody, a father. He's more like a father to me, Mr. Kutu. He's also watching right now. And he was like, he loved what I'm doing, and he's also a story writer. And he put in another money, and this time I got control of the whole project, which I did my movie Heaven's Amen. And that was my first breakthrough, because at the cinema, and I think we ran about 6 shows, like the first session came and people keep coming like that. Like, even when we were like around 12 a.m., like people were still coming to the cinema to consider the film. Like, whoa, this is my first film. And the love was just crazy. And that is when I know, like, this is it. Like, I've just made it. And from there, things just start coming up like that, like boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
That's it's crazy. It's a really good story, because you get to see a person who loves what they're doing,
Right,
and really admires admires the craft. The beautiful nature is it's like having a little child, and it's like, oh, I when I get the opportunity, I'm going to do this, and you just do it, and it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And you, like you said, to get the love and reception from it, it's man, I envy you, man. I really do. I think that's a beautiful scenario and situation to be in. Really.
Right.
I definitely wanted to throw Evans. I'm not sure if you saw it, but he said you a great vision.
Oh, yes, Evans, did you know? I see you, brother.
So yeah, he definitely should give you a shout out, man. Hey, make sure you guys, if you got any questions for Losu here, man, make sure you reach out, man. We got him for another good 20-30 minutes, man. So with that being said, and everything that you said, like I said, it's a beautiful thing. I want to get into this next segment so people can understand this, because you use this and you pretty much coined this phrase. What is Godfidence?
Right. So Godfidence is not just an ordinary name. That's the true identity of my vision, my company. If you separate the God from the feelings, like is confidence, and then the God comes in, and God is more of like, okay, we all know who God is, like he's the creator of all universe and all of that. So I kind of like, okay, if I can create, and give life to something, I mean, so we just bring the Godfidence to we bring the God to the Godfidence. So we just put it together, So I mean, that's what Godfidence is all about. Is just for the brand,
Okay. And then Evans came back, said you were igniting the spirit of filming now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kumsum brand is on too as well.
Yeah, Kumsin brand. Yeah, I see you, brother. I see you.
It's all good, man. The shout, the love up, man, from all the way from my grab away. They is in the building, man. I love this. So again, you talked about it a lot. So I think I'm gonna step past the come up because the come up was
okay.
But I definitely want to talk about and you probably already touched on this, but is there something specific that was a big obstacle in establishing yourself in your industry? Something iconic, or was it something that you already talked about? Because because you mentioned a lot, and it was a story. But are there is that or anything else that you want in particular that you want to discuss? That was maybe something that was potentially detrimental to you establishing yourself, but you know what, you leaped it because you're dope like that.
Yeah, I mean, back then, it's still the same challenge that I'm facing right now when it comes to film making in general. It's not like about not being able to make a good film or not to be able to produce film. It's about, okay, after you've put in all the hard work, all the sleepless job, like drafting the script, getting to set, film, come back, edit, and get everything ready. Like you just don't have the right, like the direct access to distributors that will just take your content and like, oh, we're taking it over here. Like, okay, let's take your content and then let the masses see it. And like right after, I mean, the only chance or the only opportunity you can get is like taking it to the cinema. And once you take it to the cinema, that's it. Once you premiere, and that has been a lot of a great struggle to filmmakers here in Ghana. It's a challenge every filmmaker is facing right now. Like to be able to take your content to the next level. Right after the premiere, from the cinema, your movie remains there. It dies there. It doesn't get a chance to, go further.
Okay. All right. And I dabbled in the entertainment industry, the filming process. I'm actually am penning some stuff myself, so I definitely understand exactly all of the stuff that you're discussing. And it's difficult. Yeah. It's a very difficult process, especially if you don't have any formal training in it. You have training. I didn't have training. I just kind of was just like, hey, it'd be dope if they had this concept, and I just learned how to figure out how to write it.
Okay.
That has its own little set of difficulties to it, trust me. But I'm sure you understand that very well. I want to ask who and or what, and I'm sure that I know your dad was one of them. But who and or what were your biggest inspirations?
Well, I would say the first person who actually inspires me more to get on this journey is my father. It's my father because he loves movies. But he just never know how to get it done, until he passed away. So he kind of instilled that spirit in me, and from there, watching more of these Marvel movies and all that, it like kind of just make me love action films a lot. And one of the directors that I love following the most is Ryan Coogler, and I think Christopher Nolan, Tarantino. Yeah, those directors. Yeah, these are people that I kind of get inspirations from them. And yeah,
I'm impressed because everybody in my eyes are visionaries.
Okay.
and they understand very the continuity of story, the beauty of cinematography, especially. And I'm glad you said that, because that's another good question, the off script question I want to ask, because I've always, it's like it's a funny thing. It's a joke that they say in the Americas in some states. It's like,
Okay.
do they call Kentucky Fried Chicken Kentucky Fried Chicken in Kentucky? You know what I mean? So the fact that you mentioned Ryan Coogler having
Mhm.
that he had massive success with
Yeah.
Fruitvale Station and the other films that he did, but
Yeah.
obviously they did
Yeah.
Black Panther for Marvel, but it was
Yeah.
set in Africa. How does that feel to you, being that you're from Africa? Was it well received? Was it something that kind of rubbed you the wrong way to see a lot of other people that may not understand the true culture of the region to kind of walk around and, you know what I mean, and celebrate this, or maybe they didn't celebrate it in the way that you like? And this is just a very topical question, and I just want to know, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, he being my more of an inspiration to me. When Black Panther first came out, I was really excited about this. I was really excited about it. I couldn't wait to actually see it. And that would tell you how much I've loved this director, because let me connect these back to one of the actors that I have on War from the Archives, Hassan Rashid. He was a cast on the Black Panther movie,
Okay.
So when he first sent me a message, I was like, he said, "Oh, I was a cast on Black Panther." Then I went to do a little research about it, like, whoa, like, I mean, this is it. And so when the Black Panther movie came out, I sent Ryan Coogler a message, which I know definitely he wasn't gonna respond to it. Brian Gold, I see you, brother. One of my great actors, like he's the best actors right now in Ghana, like Brian Gold. So I shoot him a message, waiting that probably he's gonna respond to me. I was just telling him that like I get a lot of inspirations from him and all of that. So I still have the movie on my desktop, like I watch it, I mean, almost every single day. Like I just love the storyline, because I am so concerned about storyline, storyline, aside all the technical aspects, like camera lights, the actors and all of that. It all boils down to the storyline. What is the story about? How great is it? Once the story is great, everyone is going to love it. So my main focus is more on the storyline. You understand? So I mean, like it was a great success. Because I told myself one day, like, I'm really gonna make a movie just like Black Panther, like even more. So it's a great inspiration to me. Like, yeah.
Okay. Um, we actually have footage. It's a trailer that you directed and produced, called War from the Archives. You want to talk about that, and then we play that really quick? How did that come together?
Yeah, sure. So War from the Archives was written somewhere 20, I think 2020. Yeah. And it was a short film. It was a short film that I wrote, and I just never got a chance to visit it. I think another opportunity opened up for me. I met these producers from Los Angeles, Jonah, I think what's the name? Coach Jonah Johnson. I got in touch with them, and they want to produce a film from Africa. So they came down to Ghana with their team, and we started working on something along the journey. But I think before the COVID, kind of restrict a whole lot for us, so we weren't able to get that whole project done. So I went back to the whole story. Before then, I was so much in a conversation with Hassan Rashid, the Black Panther actor that I told you earlier. And he was constantly in conversation with me. We just kept testing all the time. And he was like, yo, like, I want to shoot this film. It's like about a 35-minute long. And it was like, okay, he doesn't mind coming down to Ghana for us to do this film. And I was really surprised when he said he doesn't mind coming from the state to Ghana for us to do this film. And like I was really surprised, So I told myself, look, if this gentleman is going to come all the way from US for us to do this film, why don't I just make it a feature film? It will be great. And I have to start writing, back and forth, and conversations were still going on. And then he came for us to do this film. And when behold, like Hassan is one gentleman like I've never met any type of human being. Like he's really a very humble human being. When he arrived, like he doesn't portray that kind of a lifestyle where how it feels like. I've been on a Marvel film, like I'm a great actor, like that kind of big level stuff. Like dude was really humbled. I remembered when we started filming, we shoot into the night. We were filming to the next morning, and around 2 to 3 a.m. like I saw this gentleman sleeping in the couch. Like he was just waiting for us to finish like the scene we're covering, and then so we can continue with his own. Like it's something I've never experienced. Like my 10 years in the industry as a director, I have never like seen any actor, even those in the country, like here in Ghana, none of them is gonna make that sacrifice for you. None of them is gonna make that sacrifice. And that is where the vibe comes in from. Like I kind of connect with people who understand and are hungry to achieve success, not like, okay, I'm a big guy, I deserve to get this, but you have to understand, like, dude literally understand the assignment before, he came here. Like, it's something, it was great filming War from the Archives. And basically, War from the Archives is kind of a story about mental health. Okay, it's a story about mental health, which I wouldn't want to give too much of details out yet, Yeah, so I mean, it was really great. We had a lot of fun filming that particular project. So I mean, definitely, it's my greatest hope that the audience will love it and they'll continue to love what we produce from Africa.
All right. So there you have it. And we about to show War from the Archives, the trailer. Check this out.
According to the World Health Organization, WHO, suicide occurs every 40 seconds and an attempt is made every 30 seconds. In the quest to save lives, attention to mental health should be at the forefront.
After all these years, this is it?
I never thought a day like this would come.
My whole life has been kept in the dark.
Incoming is one of the most wanted fugitives being sought in Accra in the family property after escaping from prison a week ago.
Madam, please go straight. The third door on the right.
Are you sure you really want to do this?
This is the end of your life.
Psycho hallucination depression.
Robbie?
Mike, I understand how you feel now. I understand everything.
You understand nothing! Nothing!
Robbie, are you out of your mind?
Robbie!
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. War from the Archives. Okay.
That's great one.
Accra is definitely in the building. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Make sure y'all follow that, man, and make sure you like and subscribe Losu Confidence, and follow and stay tuned when that comes out. I'm trying to tell you. Just let me know when I go. Like seriously, I'm gonna stay tuned, but I'm gonna need you to go ahead and nudge me, man, because I'll I've been moving around, but I definitely want to check that out. I definitely do. You know, Solomon Bryan back on it. He said the same thing.
Right, Brian, good.
That's what it is, man. So tell me what else you got cooking, man. I know you know, being somebody that you know, as talented as you, I know you always got one in the chamber. So what are your current aspirations? What are you currently working on? Future projects, so forth and so on. What you got?
Yeah. So currently we're working on one project. We just want to bring this War from the Archives out, and then I'm in collaboration with Flyaway Promotions. Together we're putting a lot together just to help these young actors that we're training right now, and you know, just open doors for them. You know, so they can actually get their hands on practicals, go on the field, and then you know, just apply what I taught them. Yeah. So yes, I mean we have bigger visions ahead. We're looking at that.
Awesome. I expect you to follow in something like War from the Archives, man. I'm trying to tell you. That's what's up. Look, all right, so cool. Let's transition. This is my favorite aspect of the interview. It's called Hot Topics. Check this out. So, Hot Topics. Hot Topics are random questions that are designed for the viewers to get to know who you are through these random questions that I ask you. Feel free to answer the questions or not. It's up to you, totally. But we definitely want to get through these. Hopefully, this will be pretty fun. So just try to keep it short and straight to the point. 3 things you didn't know. What's 3 things that the world does not know about Losu Confidence, aka?
Remember that you're frozen up.
You said what?
Yeah, you're frozen up. Say that again.
Sorry. What are 3 things that the world does not know about Losu Confidence, or 3 things that you want to clarify because people just need to put respect on your name and they not get it right?
All right. Well, I mean, people just feel like I'm not sociable. Like it's kind of hard for people to interact with me, you know. So yeah, I'm very sociable. I'm very, very sociable, and yeah, I'm very easygoing person, and you get in touch with me, we're just good like that. We're just good like that. So yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. All right. What's the next one? Is they ain't got no award for that. So this is a random question that's basically, what's the most ludicrous or outlandish thing that you've seen that you want to talk about? That it could be a little non-sex with the baby bump. It could be LeBron James is the greatest.
Okay.
Anything, or it could be just something that you feel that somebody really laid down in front of a tractor trailer in order to sacrifice themselves, and they ain't got no award for that. So what you think? What's one thing?
Well, about social media, one of the things that I just kind of doesn't make sense to me is why people take pictures of food, like the food you're about to eat, like they just, take a picture of it, like, I'm about to eat this, like, like put it on social media. Like it's kind of something, which bugs my mind. Like I really don't get word for that. Yeah.
Indeed. All right, next one is what they say.
I hope I got that right. Right.
It's no right or wrong, but I love your answer anyway.
Okay.
The next one is what they say. What they say is, so I use this a lot in the States because every state has different lingo and there are different things that they say, that are little slang words that are indigenous to the area. Obviously, you represent all of Africa right now, and you live and direct. So what's some slang words from your hood or where you from that you want to put people up on in case they ever slide down the Ghana? What's some words that are pretty cool and hip to the culture that, and what do those words mean?
Please say that again. Sorry.
No worries. What they say is, what are some random slang words that are used where you're from that are pretty cool, and a lot of the cool young people use, you know, to express love or hate or whatever. Just something that's indigenous to the area.
Okay.
And what do those words mean?
Okay, I mean, from where I come from, like, you know, from my tribe, there's something we say, mijo, like, let's go. Or another way you can say neho, like, let's go. It's more of like kind of an inspiration to you. Let's go. Okay. Mijo or neho. Yeah.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope. I'm about to try to practice that one.
Yeah, you have to. Mijo.
And if anybody else is interested, man, make sure y'all hit him up, ask him what some other words. But make sure you like and subscribe first. You don't ask this man no questions to bother him if you don't like and subscribe to what he's doing. So yeah. So next question is Netflix what? So what is on your visual playlist? Like what you watching on TV outside of Black Panther? What are you watching on TV that's caught your attention? It doesn't have to be Netflix. It can be Hulu, Disney Plus.
Okay. I think currently I'm watching this Money Heist and Extraction. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have I'm watching I'm rewatching Ozark with the missus right now because you know the next season of Ozark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next season comes out in about a month, so we're just trying to get caught up on that ASAP.
Right.
Right. And then probably you're gonna watch Cobra Kai because Cobra Kai comes out this week.
Okay.
So definitely, if you haven't checked that out, I don't know if you're a Karate Kid fan, but you might want to.
Yeah, definitely, I'll check it. I mean, right after this work, I'll check it. Yeah.
All right. My last one, my playlist popping. What's on your audio playlist that you listen to, that you get your muse from, and helps you to lock down? What can you share with people?
Over here in Ghana, I only have one artist that I listen to most of the time. Sarkodie, Sarkodie. Yeah, like dude is full of inspirations, and those stuff kind of reflected in his music. So even when I'm writing or whenever I'm down, I just listen to most of his classic old stuff, So yeah, everyone should just check most of his stuff out, like Sarkodie. Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Have you ever heard of Track Dilla?
Say again?
Have you ever heard of Track Dilla?
Track Dilla, no.
Yeah, he's from the area too. Like he's somebody you might want to check out, man. I had him on 2 seasons ago. No, he was on last season. The first episode of season 4. He's a real good brother, a very humble brother too. So I want to check him out.
I'll do that. And then there's one more artist that I would love to mention. He's coming up, but he's doing great. His musics are really, really good. Like, fellas need to check that out. BKGH, he has a new track out called Grateful. Grateful is also on there. Yeah. So guys need to check it out. Yeah.
BKGH.
Yeah, BKGH. Yeah.
All right, let me get him on the beat too.
Right, brother.
All right. Well, thank you for with the hot topics. We got about 4 or 5 more questions, and we try to get burned through these. Again, I know your time is limited, but I appreciate you so much,
brother.
For tuning in and being a part of this. But first question is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? I know Kamsun Brand already said you already know what time it is. We believe he's going to change the African film industry. So we already know. But where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I just want to be doing better than what I'm doing right now. Yeah. I just want to be doing better than what I'm doing right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on today's entertainment industry? I mean, I know you are well versed in it. You're a veteran now. From when you first started to where we are now, what are your thoughts on today's entertainment industry?
I think it's much better, because back in the days it's really hard for people to kind of recognize what you're doing, because now, because of the help of the internet, just one click and then your stuff are all over, So it kind of helped the industry in a way. And most of the industry players are also learning, they're learning ahead, and like just everyone is just developing like that. Everyone is just developing. So I kind of love how things are going. My only worried and hope is that over here in Ghana, we just need a lot of investors. Like, we just need a lot of investors when it comes to the film industry, because we lack that a lot. We lack that. We don't have cinemas. That's one. The whole of the country, I think we have only 2 cinemas. The whole of Ghana, like we have like almost 2 popular cinemas, and there are over hundreds of filmmakers, in the country. So I mean, we need more of that. We need more investors to come in and then invest into our cinemas and all that. Yeah. But overall, I mean, like it's getting better positively.
That's awesome. And I definitely, I'm not sure. You familiar with who Dame Dash is?
Say again?
Are you familiar with who Dame Dash is?
No.
Damon Dash, he's one of the guys that founded Rockefeller Records along with Jay-Z and Kareem Biggs Burke. But Dame Dash, he started his own Dame Dash Films, and I know he has recently put out something to offer independent filmmakers distribution. So if you're interested in it, I'll shoot you his Instagram information. But he definitely is looking, because I know like 2 or 3 filmmakers that are personal friends of mine here in the States that have distribution with them. So
great.
Might be something.
Brother. I mean, I'm interested. Like, yeah, just shoot me his details, and then I will just connect with him. Right away. Thank you.
We'll circle up after this for sure.
All right, brother.
So 3 more questions. How do you feel? I think that's what I should have said. How do you feel you have paved a way for young entertainers, filmmakers, and creatives?
I feel blessed, brother. I feel blessed. I mean, that is what humanity is all about. You need to impact. You need to impact. Like, that is all about humanity. Like, it's not really about the money. It's not really about the money. It's about how much impact you are making in the world. So seeing the young talents, paving way for them, like any project that I get, like, of course, I do use some of these known faces, but a lot of them are the new faces. Like, I give them those opportunities, and other producers will reach out to me to direct their film, or write a content for them. I kind of recommend actors for those people. So, I mean, like, I feel blessed seeing, these young artists doing well in the field.
Right. I love it. I love it, brother. I love it. Any advice for aspiring talent, young entrepreneurs, young filmmakers, young actors and actresses, young people that's just trying to come up to achieve a marginal bit of what it is you've accomplished?
Sure, brother. I mean, you just have to be consistent with what you're doing. Be very consistent with what you're doing, and carefully choose the people you move with, because the energy around you is going to affect your decisions, things that you do. If the people around you, the negativity around it is heavy, no matter how positive you are, it's gonna reflect in your decisions. So always choose your friends right, and then be very consistent, and then steady your craft. That's one of the main thing I cannot stress enough on. Steady the craft. If you can afford formal education, go for it. If you can afford formal education, go for it. If you can't, steady. I mean, the internet had a lot, they have a lot of information. You can just jump on and learn about something, and then get into the field and then apply that, So, yes.
Right. Okay. Love it. Last question of the evening, and we made it under an hour. It's awesome. How can people learn more about you? This is the most important question, because people need to reach out to you, brother, because you know how can people learn more about you?
People need to learn more about me in what sense? Like, what I do, what medium they can reach me?
how can people reach out and contact you if they want to learn about your backstory, more about your backstory, more potential interviews? They want to reach out to you about future opportunities. They want to follow you on Instagram, social media, the whole nine. If people just want to reach out and be a part of what you got going on, how can they?
Right. I mean, I'm very open. I'm very open, and I'm always on Instagram, Facebook. We have a website, godfidencecamp.com. You can also get in touch over there. And then Instagram, you can connect with me, Losu_Godfidence. Is LOSU_Godfidence, and then Losu Confidence on Facebook, so you can just connect with me and we should be good. And then you can also shoot me an email. Let me check this. Godfidencemedia@gmail.com. Godfidencemedia@gmail.com. You can send me an info and then I'll just jump on. We are very open and we are ready to work with other small and big brands out there.
And I love your energy. I love you.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the opportunity. Like, I really appreciate this. It means a lot to us.
Of course. And I, like I said, my thing is this, bro. Like, forget all of the lights, forget all of the cameras, forget all of the media, brother. This is one brother talking to another brother. I am proud of you, brother. You are doing your thing, and it's a blessed thing, man. I swear you're gonna happy. I'm gonna be crying on TV, bro. Like you are so awesome. And it's an honor and a privilege to have another a brother doing this thing, especially all the way in the motherland, dare I say. So I'm gonna be following you. You have a new fan. If there's any way I can help you out here in the States, I've been more than happy to. But we're gonna circle up after this. I already know.
Sure, brother. We're gonna do that. We're gonna connect behind us. Definitely.
Any one last thing? Is there any shout outs that you want to give? And before
Yes. Big shout out to FAMU for making this possible. FAMU has been a very great help to me. Through Hassan, he's done a lot of soundtrack for my film, War from the Archives, and he's been in touch, like making sure we get every single opportunity that we need to actually push this project. And a big shout out to Hassan Rashid, my man. You mean everything. Like I just can't say enough. Like. He's just an angel in a human form. Like he came in at the right time, that I need him, like, and he really understands the job. Like this guy is very open and is someone I would really recommend to any producer that is watching us right now, that Hassan is very, very open and a very humble actor that you can always reach out to and he will respond to you and he will love to do business with you. And he's very genuine, And then Mr. Koto, big shout out to Mr. Koto. He's been a father, for almost 8 years now. We've known each other. He's been a great friend. Mr. Jude has also been a great friend. Big shout out to you. And then Bobby Kumsin. Big shout out to you. I salute you. He's been a great man. And one of the things that I wanted to say, I know some of my actors are really watching right now. It's a question they tend to, ask me a lot of time, but I've never had a chance to respond to them. So I would love to actually say that. They've been asking me about when it comes to people that I let into my life, people that I work with, personal and about the film industry as a whole. Now, first off, I don't really jump on anything that sounds so good to my ears. That's one. If I want to collaborate with somebody to produce a film, it has to be something that would impact. It has to be something that will impact. I understand film is more of a business, where people put in money and they make that money back, with a lot of interest and all of that. It's a business. But aside that, it has to impact. There must be something, that people need to take away from it. So if I'm selecting my producers or the people that I want to work with, I make sure these people have no strings attached to whatever that they were doing with me. It's purely business. They are ready to impact in the world, and that is my side of selecting people that I work with. And then when it comes to friends, I hardly make friends with people of my age. People of my age. It's a bit hard for me to kind of befriend those people. I tend to friend people who are older than me, who have seen life before me. If I check my friend list, all of these people are more of a father to me, because these are the only people who can get envious of what you're doing. They can only encourage you to go and to do more, So those are the people that I love to have, surround myself with, And I am not saying it's not good to have friends with your age with you. There are friends like, how do I even put this? It's more of a, you have a friend, like somebody's your friend, okay? Someone is your friend, but then you have a close friend, someone you can confide in, somebody you can go to when you need advice or when you're doing something, So that's what I'm talking about. So I always go with people who are older than me and can advise me on what I'm doing and can guide me to succeed. And I always move with people who are doing better than me. I move with people who are always doing better than me, who knows the way. Follow them, and then you are going to start. That is the road to success. So just to answer that, thank you.
No, of course, and I think that's a very, very good point to accentuate, because what they say, the circle that you keep kind of defines you at some point in time.
Yeah,
the people that you look up to, that you aspire to, they always keep you pushing. Whereas there's people that are your age that maybe they don't get it. Maybe they don't understand what it takes to wear the don the cape of being Superman. You know what I mean? And I get that. It makes a ton of sense. But again, it further shows your intellect and how you see the world. It's a beautiful thing, brother. And
thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
No problem. I'm happy for you for that. And like I said, we are at a point where we are at the end of the show.
Okay.
And I definitely appreciate your time and your energy. And like I said, man, you got a whole new family member in Los Angeles, brother. So if you ever are in the States and you trying to come over here, man, sync up with me, or I'm gonna feel some kind of funny way. You know what I mean?
Sure, brother. I'll link up definitely. I will, brother. I will definitely. Probably, we're looking at the release of War from the Archives in January. Okay. So that's what we're currently working on. So there's possibility I might be in the States within January. So definitely, I will link up with you.
Yeah, we talk definitely. Like I said, we gonna circle up after this, but
sure, brother.
Like I said, man, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Godfidence Media, Losu Confidence, the whole, like everything that is about this brother is so regal. He has a very, very regal presence about him. You heard it here first. This man, he's a very high intellectual person, but definitely very humble and extremely talented. So make sure you get behind this brother, man. Like and subscribe. Godfidence Media, Losu Confidence on social media. Go to his website, patronize, and if you lost in this, either rewind this back or just holler at me at the beat, and I'll direct you to him forthwith, because that's what we do. Like I said, Losu, look, we in the business of giving each other flowers. Me and my best friend Nicholas Baker on 2 for the West. Shout out to Baker. We believe in giving people their flowers, man, because we don't want to wait till people to no longer with us in order. But you are definitely changing the game. You are definitely doing your thing, and I'm always telling you that, bro. So keep the light burning. All right.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Of course. And so shout out to everybody that tuned in and chatted in the room. Hell, like even my kids, even my son and my nephew chimed in. They should be in bed, but you know what? It is what it is. They support their father and whoever their father got on. So much love to them. Come soon, brand. Evans, the whole team out. And shout out to Ghana. Shout out to the crowd, boy. It's in the building. I feel the love all the way from over there, and it is what it is. I guarantee. I don't think this is the last time I'm gonna have somebody on from over there on the show. I got that feeling right now. But saying all that to say, I'm Donnie B. GotDaBeats. We live on the beat. Season 5, y'all. I'm living my best life and I'm loving it. Make sure you like and subscribe, Losu Confidence. Make sure you like and subscribe to Beat. Follow us. We doing our thing. We out. Peace.
Donnie B. Godfidence.